Sorry, I didn't see you standing there. What was I doing? Well, I was just de-leavening the library in preparation for Passover and the Days of Leavened Bread, just a few weeks away. Oh, you're here for the same reason. Good, good. How's your de-leavening going? Oh, good to hear. Good to hear. I was just finishing up when you came in. Yep. Good to be finished. Good to be finished. Smell that cleanness in the air. I'm really sure I've gotten every crumb. Yes, I am sure I've gotten every crumb. What are you looking at? There's something. I mean, something on my ear? Did I miss something? No, I just got to empty the vacuum and we're all done. The library is all de-leavened. What? Stop right there. Stop right there. Isaiah 58:9. Put down the pointy finger, please. Okay? Well, let's get you checked out. Let's see what you've gotten. Oh, yeah. Two of my favorites for this season. I mean, great Good News magazine. One of my favorite articles for this season. It's in this one. Yeah. Well, that'll put you on the right track. You know, I was just thinking the other day. Well, why did Jesus have to point out the leaven of the scribes and the Pharisees? I mean, it should have been pretty obvious. I mean, yet he pointed it out, and even the disciples were confused. He was talking about bread, but it should have been completely obvious, the leaven of the scribes and Pharisees. Yet nobody saw it. Nobody picked it up. It's clear that leaven is a lot more complicated than you would think. It can be completely obvious, yet essentially hiding in plain sight. It can be everything you think it isn't. Just when you think it isn't leavened, it might very well be. If you think something's not leavened, you best, what do we do this time of year? We check labels. We check to see if it's got something in it that we're not aware of. It should be something that we should be doing in our lives, checking God's word, checking the labels, seeing if there's something we need to get out. Now, look at how the world complicates things and counterfeits things. The Days of Leavened Bread is counterfeited by the Lenten season, where you give up something that you don't. It's up to you to give up something. Whereas with leaven and sin, in God's way, leaven, God defines it. It's obvious to the spiritually minded. Just as we look at labels for food, to be sure there's no leaven, we should be looking at the labels of our lives to make sure there's no leaven. We need to be putting something out. Could be something completely obvious, just as the leaven of the Pharisees was completely obvious to the spiritually minded. It's obvious to Christ. The disciples were kind of fuzzy on it. Then they kind of picked up on what he was talking about. It reminds me of years back when one of the best Days of Leavened Bread lessons I can remember. We'd done our leavening as usual, cleaned up, got all the stuff out, and at the end of the week, sitting in the middle of the pantry counter, it had been there the entire week, was this brand new box of saltine crackers. It sat there the entire time. We passed by it however many times, and it was not noticed till right at the end of the week. That leaven was hiding in plain sight. Anybody else probably walked in the house probably would have saw it right away. But here you were, day-to-day activities, never saw it. That's the way of leaven. It can be completely unnoticed by the person who should notice it the most. You're staring at my ear again. Am I missing something? Oh, well, it's okay. Well, you're all checked out. Thank you for the conversation. Thank you for visiting the library. And no, okay. Thanks. I'll take care of it. Okay. Whatever it is you're staring at, I'm obviously I'm missing something. Well, thanks for visiting the library. We're we keep our leaven hiding in plain sight.